Hey everyone, I am here this week to talk to you guys about how to brush your dog's teeth, how to clean your dog's teeth. No, Molly. This is something that I think is a very serious concern. It's also something that as a collective group, pet owners don't know a lot about this. Now there are some that do, and if you do, that's awesome. But there are the vast majority that don't understand how to do this and what the importance is of it. The importance of cleaning your dog's teeth is the same thing, the same reason why it's important to clean our teeth. The more bacteria that grows in your mouth, the more plaque and tartar that form on your teeth, you're going to get gingivitis, periodontal disease, and as bad as that is, because you use your teeth to eat, it's painful, there's a lot of discomfort associated with it. Periodontal disease is more serious than that. It opens up a gateway in your mouth for bacteria that's growing in your mouth that you're not taking care of, you're not cleaning out, or in this case in your dog's mouth that you're not cleaning out. It opens that gateway for those bacteria to get into the bloodstream. When this happens, some very serious health conditions can pop up because of periodontal disease, and you wouldn't think of it necessarily this way, but for example, heart disease is being shown to be linked to periodontal disease. These bacteria get in the bloodstream, they get into your system, and they can do a number of different things, some rather mild, some very severe. So it's something that you want to be diligent about as a pet owner. And ideally, it would be great to start when you get a puppy. It's easier in all aspects to train a puppy in different ways. They learn faster, and they haven't created and developed those bad habits yet. So it's easy to train your puppy compared to an adult dog, but you can certainly do this with an adult dog. If you have a dog that you've had since he was a puppy and you've never done it, there is no better time to start than right now. If you adopt an older dog, an adult dog that hasn't had proper dental care, it's probably something that the shelter's going to speak with you about, your vet might speak with you about, and again, no better time to start than right now. So I highly encourage you. This video is going to show you how to do it. There's plenty of research out there on the internet. There are so many valuable resources just in your local area. Again, shelters and rescues know how to care for dogs' dental health. If your dog came from a shelter or rescue agency, reach out to them. Your veterinarian is a wealth of knowledge in this particular area, so make sure that you speak with them, ask about how to brush your dog's teeth, how to care for his dental health overall, and local groomers do this all the time for dogs whose either parents don't want to do it or they're not cooperative when their parents do it. So absolutely speak with some of those resources, get some great information. Take care of your dog. This is a major part of caring for your dog's overall health and well-being, so I can't stress that enough. And there are a lot of things that I want to talk to you about before we actually get into how to clean a dog's teeth. I'll be brief, I promise. One of the things is those common misconceptions that are out there. A lot of people think that one of the ones that I hear all the time is if you feed your dog a dry kibble diet, crunching on those hard dry kibbles is scraping the plaque off your dog's teeth and you don't need to brush them. It is true that it does help scrape some of the plaque off of your dog's teeth. It's not true that you don't need to brush them. Chewing on dry kibble is not enough to keep your dog's teeth clean. If your dog already has plaque and tartar buildup, it's going to be even harder to scrape it off, and you really need to use a brush to get it off of there, and some toothpaste. So I hear about things like dental chews. They make dental chew toys for dogs, dental chews as far as like a rawhide type chew where it's an ingestible chew. Rawhides shouldn't be ingested, but you know what I'm talking about, those kind of chews that are edible. And then again, the dog toys that are supposed to be good for dental health. Again, they're good for dental health. They're not better than brushing, and they should not be a substitute for brushing. The same thing can be said for all the dental products out there. I've seen supplements that you add into the water that are supposed to help clean your dog's teeth. There are all kinds of products. There are sprays and gels that you can put on your dog's teeth. Great products. I'm not here to tell you that none of that works. I haven't particularly tried any of those because I do brush my dog's teeth. But if you're trying those, that's great, and it's a good additive to your dog's regimen of dental health, but they are not a substitute for brushing. So just be mindful of that and take that into consideration when you're buying these things. It's not going to be a substitute for brushing. You really still need to brush. Ideally, it would be great to get up to brushing your dog's teeth once a day. If you don't have the time for that, if you're doing these other dental supplements, you could go a few times a week, 2 or 3, 4 times a week, maybe every other day, whatever. But ideally, once a day is best. Anything that you do, even if you only brush once a week, it's going to be better than what you're doing now of not brushing at all. So ideally once a week, once a day. If you can't get up to once a day, a few times a week is acceptable. Now I'll talk to you a little bit about the tools that you want to use. This is what a dog toothbrush typically looks like. Usually there is a large head and a small head when you buy a generic brush, and obviously it's for large breeds and small breeds. You can buy toothbrushes that are geared towards a certain breed, so they're only going to have one head on them. I prefer this because we have a multi-dog household, so I like the small brush for a small dog and the large brush for Chloe. I also like this because sometimes when you have to get way in the back of your big dog's mouth, the little brush can come in handy too. So I prefer this, but it's up to you. They also make finger brushes. This is a finger brush, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You can see the little head on the end there. You slip it onto your finger, brush your dog's teeth with that head, and that's the finger brush. You get a choice. I would recommend, if you don't brush your dog's teeth currently, and he's not used to that, stick with one to begin with. You can buy a starter pack of dental kits. Tons of different companies make them. Nutravet is one of the companies that makes them. I use their toothpaste, and I always see the kit hanging there when I buy the toothpaste. So you can get a regular toothbrush, the finger brush, and then it'll also come with toothpaste. So if you buy one of those kits, that's great, but I would highly recommend starting with one or the other. Traditionally, finger brushes are really best for small breeds. It's not to say that you can't use them on a large breed. Just because the mouth is so big, sometimes it's a little more difficult to get your finger all the way in there. It can be more uncomfortable for you, more uncomfortable for your dog. But totally a personal preference and absolutely up to you. I recommend, if you're just starting to brush your dog's teeth, if you haven't done it before, I recommend picking either the finger brush or the traditional toothbrush and sticking with that until your dog is used to whichever you're using. Same thing with the toothpaste. If you find a toothpaste and your dog enjoys the flavor, stick with that flavor until you're completely done training, your dog's 100% comfortable, and then you can switch some of the variables, but you don't want to keep changing things back and forth because your dog's going to have a harder time getting used to it if you do that. So I recommend, again, the finger brush is for smaller dogs, but that's totally up to you. I use the larger brush on my large breeds and the finger brush on our little beagle. So you have those, and then the next thing that you're going to want to get is a toothpaste. Do not, and I cannot stress this enough, use human products with your dog. Toothbrushes, you can see this one, how it's angled, and it's angled on that end as well. These are angled to contour to a dog's mouth. And of course, the finger brush, you're going to be able to move your finger around to contour to the dog's mouth. If you're using a human toothbrush, look at your toothbrush next time. It's not angled like that. It might have a little bit of an angle to it, but nothing as steep as this. You don't want to use a straight human toothbrush. It's going to end up hurting your dog when you're trying to brush way in the back. It's going to be hitting his top teeth, maybe bothering his gums up top. So you really want to make sure that you have that you have a toothbrush specifically designed for dogs. Human toothpaste could kill your dog, and I don't say that just to scare you into buying dog toothpaste. This is a very serious topic. You need to be sure that you buy a toothpaste that is specifically formulated for dogs. Human toothpaste contains a lot of ingredients that could be toxic to your dog. One of the most common is xylitol. If you've been hearing in the news over the last year or so, some gums contain xylitol, and there were some peanut butters that contained it, of course, toothpaste as well. And it's toxic to dogs, and it doesn't take a lot to be toxic to dogs. So if you're brushing your dog's teeth with human toothpaste every day, it's not going to take long before you unintentionally poison your pet. So this is, again, I buy Nutravet, but there are tons of different brands out there. You want to get a non-foaming toothpaste. I've never really seen a dog toothpaste that foams a lot, but try to get a non-foaming one. That's another thing about human toothpaste. Obviously, it's made with foaming agents, and you don't want that for your dog. So you can find all kinds of different ones. Some are specifically made for dogs that already have periodontal disease. Most of them will polish the teeth and freshen the breath. You can find some that are specifically geared toward freshening breath if you have a dog with really bad breath. Some are designed specifically to break up tartar. If you have a dog that has a lot of tartar buildup, just a little quick dental lesson for you. Plaque turns into tartar once it sits on the teeth for a long time. It gets really hard, and when it hardens on, it becomes tartar. So plaque can be brushed off a lot easier, but you might need a special dog food to get the tartar off. So this is, again, the one that I use, but you can use any type. There goes Chloe. I will take a little bit of a break. I will go wrangle her up again and get her back here, and I will show you exactly how to brush your dog's teeth. Okay, so I found Chloe, and she's back here. You can tell she's not too thrilled to have her teeth brushed. What you want to do to start off with is just pick the right time. Chloe's lives a very sedentary lifestyle most of the time, so she's not a problem, but if you have a dog that might be a little bit hyper or active, you want to just pick a time where they're really calm, and maybe like before a nap or just after a nap when they're waking up. And then you want to hold them appropriately. You don't want to be forceful with them. You don't want to obviously hurt them, but you also don't want to scare them. This is going to be a nerve-wracking thing to begin with, so if you're scaring them, then you're adding to that. Your dog's going to be even more nervous, and it's going to be even harder to brush his teeth. So you want to make sure you hold him appropriately, maybe sit next to him. I can show you, just tip him over like this, and you can hold and do one side of his teeth, and then you can do the other side. Chloe takes medication for a heart condition, and she took it not very long ago, and it makes her a little bit drooly, so she's a little drooly right now. If you notice that, that's why. It has nothing to do with having your teeth brushed or anything like that. So you want to hold your dog appropriately, and then if you've never ever brushed your dog's teeth before, you're not sure, if you like adopt a shelter dog and you're not sure if he's had his teeth brushed before, just start with your finger. Hold open the lips. You can touch the dog's mouth. Don't use any products, no toothbrushes, no toothpaste, and just see, like Chloe's gonna let me obviously open her lips here. You can try that kind of stuff. Chloe's not happy this morning, I know. So you open the teeth, you can start touching the teeth, start touching the gums a little bit. And just trying to get them used to having you be near their mouths, touch their mouths. This will give you a good sense if the dog's going to get agitated or anxious when you go near their mouths. Some dogs, you're not going to be able to brush their teeth at home. You may need to you may need to hire a professional groomer or take them to your vet to have that done. If they seem like they're going to be aggressive, if they get a lot of anxiety, don't take the chance. Just take them in and have it done professionally, and maybe the professional can help you work with your dog in a way that's maybe going to calm some of that anxiety. But you never want to push a dog who is seeming anxious or aggressive. So you do that, feel around the mouth, do that a few times for a couple of days, maybe like once every few hours, for 2 or 3 days. Once your dog's really comfortable with you being around his mouth and near his mouth, then you can, like I said, start rubbing your fingers in there, not necessarily a brush. You don't have to have toothpaste on them, just sort of touching around, rubbing around in there. He'll get comfortable with that. And then you can test the toothpaste. So when you test the toothpaste, they come in all different flavors. If you have a flavor that you know your dog likes, like maybe he likes poultry or he likes peanut butter or whatever, you can buy one of those. A lot of them are chicken flavored or peanut butter flavored. I'm not really sure why, but this one not only has a poultry taste, but a poultry smell. I can smell it right now. So just put a little bit of toothpaste on your finger, let your dog smell it, let them lick it off if they want to. Chloe's used to what this is, so she's not really concerned about it. She doesn't want to lick it. She doesn't want to eat it. Some dogs will try and eat it, would eat the whole tube of toothpaste if you'd let them. Others don't really care either way, but you can tell that Chloe's used to this and she's not discouraged by it anyway. She's not trying to get away from it or anything like that. So you can go ahead and do that on your finger. Now I'm going to have a mess. I should have tried it with one of our dogs that will eat anything, but that's okay. So they've gotten used to the toothpaste. You can do that a couple of times for the first day. Once they get used to the toothpaste, they start seeing it as a treat, or like Chloe, they don't acknowledge it. It's not a new thing anymore, and that's what you're looking for, so that it's not a new thing to them anymore. So then you're going to move on to the brush, and Like I said, I use this one on our bigger dog. So you're going to let them sniff the brush, put the brush near them. Chloe's not fazed by the brush, obviously, she's used to it. But you can let them sniff it, let them lick it. If you have a puppy that likes to chew or put things in their mouths, they might try and bite on it. Obviously, don't let them destroy the toothbrush, but if they want to put their mouth on it, maybe chew on it gently for a minute, that's okay. Just get them used to having that near their mouth, in their mouth when you can. Again, you're going to lift up the gums, maybe just touch in there. Chloe does not want to do this morning. Sorry, she's not being more cooperative. But you can just touch it in there and let them do that. And then you can put a little bit of toothpaste on it if you want to. Let them, whoops, now you're going to throw my stuff on the floor. I know you're not happy. Chloe is a moody dog, and she is in a mood this morning. But anyway, so you could put a little bit of toothpaste on there if you wanted to, and try and get them to lick that off, or maybe chew on it a little bit to get that flavor. They might be more interested in doing that. So once your dog is used to the toothbrush and you put a little toothpaste on, he's licking it, he's chewing on it, he's totally comfortable with the toothbrush, then you can go ahead and start brushing his teeth. And what you're going to want to do, I will sit up here, and I know you can't see my face for a minute, but that's okay. You can see what I'm doing here with Chloe. So again, you're not holding aggressively, you're just holding very gently. Talk to your dog in a calm voice. Try and soothe them, maybe pet them a little bit. Chloe's just not going to do anything that I want her to do this morning. I know you're drooly, big girl. So she's nice and calm. You're going to go ahead and start, if you're just beginning, you want to do like maybe 2 or 3 teeth and then give your dog a break. If he's agitated before that, do 1 tooth at a time for a little while until he gets comfortable and you can work your way up to doing all of his teeth. Focus on the back teeth. Focus on the back teeth. Focus on the outside of the teeth. Your dog does have a coarse tongue, and the inside of the teeth, the tongue's not going to be able to get all the plaque off, but it will get some of that plaque off. So usually the outsides are the worst. Usually the back teeth where they're chewing are the worst. So start there and just work your way up. Like I said, do 1, 2, 3 teeth, however many you can do until your dog has had enough. This morning with Chloe, it wouldn't be very many because she's not very happy with me. But so start with those teeth. Continue working until you can do all of them. You want to hold the brush at about a 45-degree angle, which it's already at. So that's why you want a brush that's contoured specifically for a dog mouth. So you're going to do about a 45-degree angle, and you're going to do small circles all over the teeth, and that's going to help scrape the plaque off. It's pretty much like brushing your own teeth. You're just doing it on your dog. You're doing the small circles. You're doing the angle so that you can get down by the gum line. That's really important because that's where the bacteria builds up and can get into the bloodstream. So you want to go down by the gum line, make sure that you're getting that, and holding that brush at an angle will do that for you. You don't have to make it specially do the gums or anything like that. As you're doing the teeth at that 45-degree angle, that should be all set. Doing the small circles, so I don't know, I'll put a little toothpaste on. Maybe she doesn't like just the plain brush, but she doesn't really seem to care for anything this morning, so I apologize for that, but as you know, dogs are unpredictable. So we'll put this on, see if we can do a little bit. It's okay. No, she does not want that. I think, like I said, her medication makes her mouth drooly, so she's a little extra drooly today. Here, Sadie, you want to try? Sadie likes the toothpaste, and she would be one that would lick it off and eat it, or chew on the brush a little bit too. So, come here, Sadie. Maybe Sadie will let me sit. Come here. Maybe we'll get a close little shot of Sadie letting me do it. So you're just going in small, gentle circles. You're brushing those teeth. The canine teeth are a big one too because they're used for chewing. So thank you, Sadie. I should have used you in the beginning, huh? You want some more? So you can tell that Sadie's used to it. Chloe does have some dental issues, so she maybe is just not feeling it this morning. But I think you can see the drool bubbles. She's just not feeling well and doesn't want to let me do that. So if to get farther in the back, you just reach up a little bit further. Go ahead and brush those teeth. Your dog's going to lick. They like the taste of the toothpaste, and that's okay. It's pretty simple once your dog gets used to it, as you can tell, like Sadie is. It's really easy. It's about like brushing your teeth. You're just doing it on a dog. The only thing that I would mention is Bleeding, if there's a little bit of minimal bleeding, same thing with you. And in our dental house as humans, if there's very light bleeding, that's okay. If it's a sign of periodontal disease starting, but if it's just light bleeding, you don't have to worry. If there's heavy bleeding and it won't stop for a little while, that's definitely a sign that your dog has some serious periodontal disease, and you want to take them to the vet and have that looked at. So be mindful of that. Minimal bleeding is okay, no worries about that, but heavy bleeding, you're going to want to have them checked out and just get their mouth looked at to make sure that that's going to be okay. Let's see. I think that's about it. When I was training my dogs in the beginning, I would give them a treat after. If you give them a treat before, a lot of times they have like remnants of the treat, little pieces of it still in their mouth. So I would always do it before and just get them calm and soothed. Look at Chloe. She has her angry face on today. I'm sorry she was so poorly behaved for you guys. But at least Sadie showed you how to do it, and obviously Sadie now, she was just standing up and letting me do it. So if you do it in a comforting way and you help your dog, then they'll get so comfortable with it that they might even let you do it while they're standing there and let you do it. So that is how to brush your dog's teeth. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, reach out to me. You can email me at samantha@topdogtips.com. You can find us on our website, which is topdogtips.com. You can find us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Any way that you leave a comment or a question, it will get back to me, and I will do what I can to help you guys. If there are ever any how-to videos that you want to see that aren't posted, make sure you send me an email. I'd be happy to do some research and help you guys out with that. I do product reviews, product comparisons, that kind of stuff. So really anything dog-related that you guys would like to see on the website, it doesn't hurt. Send me a message, and I'd be happy to help you guys out with that. This site is obviously for pet owners and dog parents particularly, that to educate you guys on dog care. So if you're looking for something, chances are there are other pet parents out there looking for it as well. I would be happy to help you guys out. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you a little bit later on this week with a video on how to fit your dog with a harness, which is another common question that I get asked a lot. So I will see you guys a little later in the week.